Hello everyone, this is Rose Wilkerson. I am Rose Wilkerson. My spiritual name is Shakti, and if you notice, my channel is called Shakti Devi. I couldn't think of a better name, so I just named it after my spiritual name. So anyway, listen, I want to thank all of you for subscribing to my channel. I cannot believe that I have over 900 subscribers. I never imagined that my few little handful of videos would be so inspiring to so many people. So that really motivated me to do more videos for you. And I'll be doing more videos. So I'm actually today on this special day, I am recording several videos and I will upload them, as the weeks come. So thank you again for subscribing. And one thing that I did notice is that people really love the, what was the video called? Does Shreem Brzee work? And if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my notes because I have to write things down. I don't always remember. So Does Shreem Brzee work video? It's got thousands of views. So thank you so much. I'm glad that you learned something from it. When people comment on my videos, I do my best to respond and, thank people. So that told me something though, right? So people really want to build wealth. They want to increase their wealth consciousness. They want to be more prosperous and more abundant. Money is important in this world. So what I'm inspired to do today is to do this video on how to enhance your Shreem Brzee practice. So this, everybody seemed to really love the Shreem Brzee video. So I'm going to tell you how to take things to another step, to enhance your practice. So there are a couple of ways that you can do this. One is in terms of your daily mantra practice. So, typically what I've said is that you can chant Shreem Brzee at least 108 times a day. And that's a traditional way of chanting mantras, right? Now, sometimes people are not able to do that all in one session. Shreem Brzee, because it's a short mantra, it shouldn't take a lot of time, but hey, we're busy people. Sometimes we're easily distracted and we're just not able to put in a full session. So remember that you can also chant the mantra 9 times. You can chant the mantra 27 times. You can also chant the mantra 54 times. And if you want to do either 1 or 2 more sessions throughout the day, you can do that as well. So make it easy on yourself, especially if you've never chanted before, or you don't have a chanting practice. Take it slow. And especially if you have a busy schedule. The important thing is consistency, okay? It's not always about the number. So with that in mind, how do you enhance your Shreem Brzee practice? Well, one way to do it is in terms of your daily practice. So where I get my information from is from Dr. Pillai. It doesn't come from me, so I'm not a guru. I'm not a Siddha master or anything like that. I wish I was though, but not in this life. I'm not doing that this time around. And Dr. Bhaskaran Pillai of the Pillai Center talks a lot about negative karma and how we have to actively remove our negative karma every day. Because every day that we wake up and we go about our day, the negative karma is there. It always wants to keep us stuck in the same, kind of like bad, cycle, right? So you have to actively combat your negative karma every day. So one thing that you can do is to add a karma removing mantra to your daily practice. So you do have Shreem Brzee, right? So one karma removing mantra is gum. Gum is the mantra for Ganesha. Ganesha is the elephant head god. You probably, if you type in Ganesha in a Google search, you will see a lot of images, and he has an elephant head. You think about an elephant is big and it can uproot trees, and it just kind of people kind of move out of its way. For those that have elephants that walk in their communities, you don't mess with an elephant as much as you can, right? You're not going to stand in front and you're going to move, the elephants will come through. So Ganesha removes all obstacles. And that means removing all negativity. So chant a Ganesha mantra before you chant Shreem Brzee. So you can chant it 9 times, 27 times, 54 times. It can be short or it could be 108. It's up to you and whatever your schedule allows for you to do. So chant gum. Now, for me in my daily practice, I always chant gum. I always chant to Ganesha every morning. I pray to him when I wake up. I ask him to, remove the negative karma that's there. Excuse me. So that's something that you can do. Another karma removal mantra is Thiru Neela Kantam. So Thiru Neela Kantam is a mantra that is associated with Shiva, his aspect as what they call the blue-throated one. If you do a Google search, you may see some images of Shiva where he has a blue throat. And there's a whole mythological story about, how he swallowed the, the kind of like the poison that was being dispersed in order to save the world. So that's why Thiru Neela Kantam calls on that aspect of Shiva to get rid of your karma. Now, why is it the throat? Well, I can talk about that a little bit later, but anyway, negative karma is actually stored right here, okay? So anyway, I don't want to get into all of that because I can do another video on that for more explanation, because I love talking about gods and their stories and their mythological stories and whatnot. So, chant gum, or you can chant Thiru Neela Kantam, right? Or you can do both. You can have a gum chanting session, Thiru Neela Kantam session, and then do your Shreem Brzee chanting, okay? Now, another karma removal technique, actually, this is more like a ritual practice, is to do what's called the lime rolling technique. Lime rolling technique also removes karma, where you take a lime and you roll it around certain areas of your body and you cut it in half and you throw it away. So the lime serves as a sacrifice. It takes on your negative karma and you cut it, it disperses it, and you throw it away. You don't eat it or anything like that. So anyway, see my video called Lime Rolling Technique so you can learn more, and you can see a demonstration that I'll do for you in that video. So, that's one way to enhance your practice, is to add either a karma removal technique, such as a lime rolling technique, to your practice, or you can add a karma removal mantra, such as gum or Thiru Neela Kantam. And if you want to do all three, do all three. That's great too. That's perfect. Another way of enhancing your Shreem Brzee practice is to write the mantra. Now, a lot of times people chant a mantra. They either chant it out loud or they chant it internally. But writing the mantra, as Dr. Pillai says, is also very powerful. So why is it powerful? Like, which one is, a lot of times I get questions from the Pillai Center Facebook community where they will ask questions like, well, what's more powerful? Is it writing? Is it chanting out loud, chanting silently? Well, all of those three activities activate different parts of the brain, right? So writing is very powerful because it also involves your hand movement, right? Because you're having to use your hand. It also involves it's kind of like a memory. When you do things physically and you do it a lot, it records a memory as a part, and not just in your brain, but also in your body and your body movements. So you can do, writing is a very powerful way. Plus, if you're sitting around and watching TV and you're not really actively doing something, or you're doing some mundane activity such as that, you can spend time just writing Shreem Brzee on paper. And just keep writing and writing and writing. 108 times is great. I always do 108 times when I write a mantra. And then people ask, well, what do you do with the paper after it's done? Well, what you can do with the paper is you could make artwork out of it. You can put it up on your walls, because remember, this is all divine energy. And it's energy that is supportive of you in terms of building wealth and abundance and wealth consciousness in your life. So you don't want to toss it away. And I know that for people who like to write, they could have like notebooks of it. So, for those of you, for example, who have a vision board, underneath all your pictures, you can just put the Shreem Brzee writing that you do underneath your pictures, and that will kind of enliven the pictures that you're using in order to manifest certain things in your life. So you can do that, okay? Just don't throw it away. Now, if you have a lot, and a lot of people will end up a lot if you're writing the mantra, you can also burn it, kind of like as an effigy. It's like an offering. Please be sure to practice fire safety when you do that. I guess I could show an example or do a video. If you're interested in me doing a video example of burning the mantra papers, I can do that for you because I have plenty. But just remember, practice fire safety, right? When you do that. So I also talked about just, is it chanting out loud? Is it all of these things just activate different parts of the mind. But writing is really, it is definitely a powerful practice. So you could, instead of chanting out loud or chanting internally, you can write the mantra, and that's very powerful. Another aspect of what you can do is to chant Shreem Brzee during certain power times of the day or of the week. So for those of you who may not be familiar with this, in Vedic astrology, every, I would say, time period, I don't want to say hour because it's not technically an hour as we think of it, like from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, right? But every time period of the day is a special power time. It's influenced by a planet, actually. And that planet is governed by an archetype, a god or a goddess, okay? And so for Shreem Brzee is connected to goddess Lakshmi. She is the archetype of wealth and abundance and prosperity. And her time period, or we call it, it's called aura, right? And I know when when we say aura, sometimes people think it's an hour. It's not 60 minutes. Sometimes it's 60 minutes, sometimes it's not. So it really kind of fluctuates. And that's based on, the calculations of Vedic astrology. I don't know anything about that, so I can't tell you anything about that. But they're called auras. So every aura, there are about, I think it's 24 auras in a day. And some of them are repeated, right? Because they're connected to certain planets. And there are, like I said, there are archetypes that rule those planets. So goddess Lakshmi rules or governs the Venus aura. So Venus, you may be familiar, Venus, we think of it as a planet of love, and that's correct, but it's also a planet of wealth. So the Venus aura is the way to, it is a time of special time that you can chant Shreem Brzee. And auras usually repeat maybe about 3 times during the day. I mean, they repeat more than that, but if you're thinking from like sun up to sundown, or from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep, it will repeat itself probably a good 3 or 4 times during the day. Excuse me. And so you want to chant Shreem Brzee during a Venus aura. That's a very powerful time. What does it mean when it's a Venus aura? Well, what it means is that Goddess Lakshmi's energy is particularly strong at that time of the day. Okay. Also, Venus also has a day. Well, Venus and Goddess Lakshmi, her day of the week is Friday. Friday is the day of love. So, obviously that's connected to Venus. But again, we talked about, Friday being a time of wealth. And just this is as a joke. Like you think about, for single people who go out and date or something like that, and you got to make sure you have enough money to be able to take somebody out on a date on a Friday. So anyway, so it is a planet of wealth as well. So Fridays are a very powerful time for Goddess Lakshmi. It means that her energy is very strong and very present on the earth plane. Okay. So not only that, but you can chant Shreem Brzee on a Friday during a Venus aura. Okay, that is it's a doubly powerful time. So Venus aura, Fridays, or a Venus aura during a Friday, very powerful time. Now, what does it mean? Like, what do you do during that time? So am I saying that you only chant on a Friday of the week? No, you're going to chant every day, right? You want to bring Shreem Brzee into your life every day, so you want to chant every day. But what you might want to do on a Friday is to do more chanting, extra chanting during that time. Maybe you want to add a Shreem Brzee meditation. If you don't have a Shreem Brzee meditation audio, you can do that. Or you can do special prayers to Lakshmi during that time. So you want to do something extra. You want to take advantage of that power time because Goddess Lakshmi is very present on a Friday. Okay? So, how do you find out when the power times are? Gosh, that's a very great question. And fortunately, the Pillai Center and also Astroved have created apps that you can use that will tell you the aura of every single time of the day, right? So I use what's called the HoraWatch Pro app. It's cost less than $1. It's 99 cents. You only pay one time, so it's not a subscription or anything like that. And it doesn't have any ads in it. So I prefer to use HoraWatch Pro. Now, I have an iPhone, and some people have problems with the Pro app. Some people do better with HoraWatch. The free version I had a lot of problems with, so I just, it didn't work for me. But try it out and see what works for you. You know, you want to make sure that it functions properly. So HoraWatch Pro is what I use, and then Astroved has a free app, and I think it's called the Astroved app, and it's also will give you the power times of each aura of the day. So I have Astroved's app. It's a little bit busy for me. Like, I know some good portion of the daily astrological periods and things of that nature, but for me visually it's just a lot. However, like I said, don't let that stop you. Go look for the Astroved app, download it, and get to work on that. So the only thing that you have to do with the apps is that you have to input what your geographic location is. Now, it's not that because they want to get data on you, it's just because that auras are calculated by where you are located on the planet. So it's important that you put the city and the state and the country or whatever, a city and country of where you live, so that it can give you the accurate power times. So going back again, you want a Venus aura, and Fridays are, powerful times for Goddess Lakshmi. Now, what if you can't chant during a Venus aura? Well, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Chant anyway. Don't let that stop you. If you're not able to do Monday through Thursday and Saturday through Sunday, if you're not able to chant during a Venus aura, don't worry about it. Just chant anyway. It's always good to chant, so you want to make sure that you do that. Okay? Great. So another way to really enhance your Shreem Brzee practice is to join a supportive and motivational community. So fortunately, the Pillai Center, has a few Facebook groups for you that's open to the public. The setting isn't public, right? But the setting is closed, just so that whatever you put in the group, you have to be a member of the group to read. But anyway, there's a Shreem Brzee Wealth Mantra Facebook group, and I encourage you to join it. And why do I encourage you to do that? I encourage you to do that because there are trained volunteers who spend year-round, hours during the week and hours during the month, and also year-round, who will help answer your most pressing questions. Because you're going to have questions, right? If you've never run into Shreem Brzee before and you're not really clear about it, you can join the Shreem Brzee Wealth Mantra group, and they will let you know. You can post your questions and they will help you. And how do I know that they're great in terms of their coaching? Because I've trained many of them, not all of them, but many of them. We have a whole team of volunteers and managers and administrators who do this year round. It's volunteer, so and we're there to help you. We provide teachings, inspiration, and then also we do something that's called mantra challenges. So we usually do a 40 or a 45-day period where we focus on Shreem Brzee in the Shreem Brzee Facebook group, or sometimes we just chant Brzee, right? So, or we'll have something else that's there, so anything that's connected to Shreem Brzee. And I would encourage you to join the mantra challenges as well. It's fun. It's a great time to, help you really ground yourself in your daily mantra chanting practice. We also provide teachings. There's a Facebook page called Shreem Brzee, and it is by the Pillai Center. I know about it because I actually write a lot of the posts, all of the posts I actually write. So maybe there's one or two that I didn't write, but I do them all. And we have quotes from Dr. Pillai about Shreem Brzee or Brzee as a mantra by itself. We also have videos where he's teaching about Shreem Brzee. What does it mean? What does it do? And what is the advantage of chanting Shreem Brzee? What is wealth consciousness? And how Shreem Brzee can break your karmic problems and things of that nature. We also have videos that are testimonies. There are people who have chanted Shreem Brzee that have $1 million businesses, that have improved their life circumstances for themselves and for their families. It's just wonderful. They've manifested houses and cars and things of that nature. So there are a lot of testimonial videos that are on there as well. Okay, so I strongly encourage you to do that. In the description, I do have a link to the Shreem Brzee Facebook group. I'm sorry, Shreem Brzee Wealth Mantra Facebook group. I really encourage you to join it. It's free. It's a lot of fun, and people are there to help you. Again, how to enhance your practice, really short and sweet. You want to have a karma removal mantra or technique that you do every day. You can also write Shreem Brzee. That's a way to enhance it. And then also chanting during Shreem Brzee power times. As I said, if you can't chant the Venus aura every day, do certain days where you do the Venus aura. Try something. Try to do it. If not on any other day of the week, then do it on a Friday, because that's Goddess Lakshmi's day, and that's where her power is most abundant. And then I also encourage you to learn more about Shreem Brzee. There are, at the Pillai Center's YouTube channel, there are lots of videos that Dr. Pillai has done on Shreem Brzee. So I encourage you to, learn more about that. So why is that important to watch those videos? Well, Dr. Pillai, he's a guru master. He has spent hours and years in meditation and whatnot. So he has a lot of power, spiritual power, to Shreem Brzee. And that mantra is very important to him, and he really has given it out to the world, and people are chanting Shreem Brzee all over the world. So it's when he talks about Shreem Brzee, he's putting his energetic transmission. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're in, Peoria, you're across the globe from, where he filmed the video. It doesn't matter if the video is how many years old. You will still receive that spiritual transmission, that energetic transmission from him. Another word for it in the Indian traditions is called darshan. So you can receive that. Watch his videos. They're very powerful. Okay? So hopefully that will help you in terms of enhancing your Shreem Brzee practice. If you have any questions, please write me a question in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. God bless. And may Shreem Brzee bless you abundantly this week.